should notifications be going out any minute now for this? I don't know. Wait and see if we're actually going to go live. There we go. It's starting. It's starting. It's the day of days. Oh my god. Buzzing. Right, hold on. Fuck me. I am excited for today, to say the least, lads. If this fucking thing decides to work, I want to see if people actually start turning up any minute now. There we go. People are turning up. I believe the stream is officially live. Ladies and gentlemen, it is the day of days. My 18th birthday. I just decided to do a stream to say a happy birthday to myself. And really that's about it. So thank you all for coming along. It's been a cracking talking to you. And nothing else is happening today, nothing big. So no point me going on, is there? Now I'm joking, ladies and gentlemen. Today, Rangers, Celtic. People hate me calling it. I seem to get a lot of it. There's KEDO in the chat. Hello. A lot of people seem to give me a lot of stick for it. But the old firm is today the third League One of the season. Rangers Celtic at Ibrox. The last time we went to Ibrox, a 2-0 win. Tom Rodgick and Lee Griffiths got the goals. Looking today for another performance that suggests that we are the champions, the best team in Scotland. And there's never really any doubt of that. We're always going to be. We always have been for the past 6-7 years. So, you know, there's no question about that. But the recent confidence of Rangers fans has to be flattened today. This is the day to flatten all that has been happy in their eyes, and the confidence that they are going into this game with, I would love to see killed. That is me, don't try to disrespect my Rangers fans. There's Rangers fans in the chat right now. Jamie, I can see you straight away. But today is a day where I would love to see us just kind of put them back in their place, and that's not to be sour. But that's what it's about, isn't it? This is a derby that's about rivalry. Hatred's a strong word, but there is hatred in there, of course, but it is really rivalry, competitive. You want to win for all the right and wrong reasons. And bragging rights is one of the key reasons. But on this stream, I'm just going to kind of answer the questions that you said. And thank you, everybody who is sending in birthday wishes. Thomas, I see yours there. Thank you very much. Everybody, I'll just give a few, like Declan Harvey, Harry McNulty, people say Sean Burns. I see him saying happy birthday. Astro, hello, nice to see you. But thank you to Steve-O1988, nice to see you along. A lot of people saying for happy birthday, so thank you. I'm going to give my reaction to the team for today. Obviously, a couple of shocks in there. Well, not really a couple. One big shock in there, but kind of needed considering the situation. So send in your predictions, send in your questions. We'll eventually get into them. I'm probably going to start with my team reaction to today. One thing is first, I want to just quickly get out of the way. And how many people are actually tuning in at the minute? Oh, for over 100, I've got the pressure. Oh my god, live audience. Thank you, Jordan, for the happy 18th. Thank you. And once again, thank you to everybody who is saying happy birthday. Hopefully Celtic can return. Last year, it was the day before my birthday, and that prick Clint Hill had to ruin the whole weekend. So, none of that this year, please. One thing, I may need to pause at some point, put a kind of like be back in a minute on the screen. My man Dad actually away to chapel now, God bless the Pope, not that. So they'll probably burst in about 10 minutes time. Bad timing probably. They'll burst in and they'll probably want to give me my shit, like my money and shit like that, and gifts, and say happy birthday, because I've not actually seen them this morning. I woke up, they were away, God bless the Pope. I should have been there myself saying my prayers for the day, but that is just the one thing I want to get out of the way before we start. So the team, I'm actually going to get the team up on the phone, because I forgot it exactly. Rough idea, but I forgot it exactly. You can go into my Twitter, you can go into my Twitter, go into my Twitter, at Ryan Stephen F. profile there. You can go, oh, it's giving me balloons. How nice is that? Look at that. Some balloons for my birthday. That's nice of you, Twitter. So the team reads as, and I'll come to the chat eventually if you think I'm ignoring you, so don't worry, I'm not ignoring you. I will eventually catch up, talk to you, answer your questions. I'm just going to kind of give my instant reaction to the team. Obviously, De Vries ruled out the game altogether, so goalkeeper problems continue to be piled upon. And Scott Bain is given the baptism of fire. Very nerve-wracking for him and for us Celtic fans. We do not know what to expect from Scott Bain, a goalkeeper who has never played in a match of this magnitude. And could go either way for him. I'm hoping for a David De Gea type performance from him if needed. But, you know, you never know what we're going to get. And hopefully we'll be good. I've got faith. A lot of people wanted to see Scott Bain get the chance in the Celtic team after the poor performance of Doris De Vries against Zenit St Petersburg. So now he's getting that chance. And what a game to be given it. Imagine sitting in the changing room. Just put yourself in that situation. Sit in the changing room. You don't think you're going to get started. You think you're going to be on the bench as usual. And Brendan Rodgers comes up to you. Scotty. Listen here, Scotty. You're going to start today against the Rangers. You're going to be in goals because you're a beautiful, beautiful human being. And you're a wonderful man. And you're just sitting there and you've been told that. And you're starting your first ever game for Celtic at Ibrox, the Hunnery. Sure, I've got to watch what I'm saying. So Scott Bain is starting in goals. We've got to hope for the best. That is the big shock. And Rangers fans will be licking their lips, to say the least, at the prospect of Scott Bain being in goals. Because, you know, he's very raw to a game like this, and they will be thinking Alfredo Morelos, Jason Cummins, Jamie Murphy, they should be hoping to get a few goals past them. So, this is a signal as well for Celtic to act on this and actually go forward and sign a goalkeeper. So we'll wait and see. So the back four, we're lining up with Ajer, Simunovic, Boyata and Tierney. Pretty much the defence I requested to see in my match preview. If you remember, I predicted my team. The only difference I made was I said I'd put Boyata at the right back and I'd put Chrissy Ajer at centre back. But the looks of things here, Chrissy Ajer will be at right back. But to be honest, no, by the looks of things, I'm going to go with the three at the back, which I did suggest, because if you think about it, we've got no left winger on the park there. Sinclair is on the bench. I did predict that. I did think he would be on the bench, and he is on the bench. So, thank you, by the way, to NB0015. Thank you. So, it does look as though it's going to kind of be the three centre-backs, with Ajer, Simunovic and Boyata. And Tierney's going to kind of play that role that he has been quite often this season, where he's just going to be filling in at the left-hand side, coming forward, but also doing his defensive duties. So it is kind of three at the back we're looking at here, with Tierney taking on that winger/full-back role. He's got a lot to do today, but he's the type of player who can take on that, and he thrives in a game like this. We've seen his great performances against Rangers before, so looking forward to seeing that. In the midfield, we've gone with Brown and Cham, Rogic, Forrest and McGregor. Forrest obviously being on that right-hand side. Who's going to be playing the more advanced role there? God, is McGregor playing up front with Dembele? It's quite difficult to, you know, we could be just having that three in the middle, I suppose. But no, we can. McGregor's got to be, or McGregor's on the left, and we are playing four at the back. I'm trying to quite understand this. McGregor's either going to be playing up front with Moussa Dembele, or we're going to be playing the back four with Ajer at right back. And McGregor will be playing, even at that, McGregor will be playing on the left-hand side. So we'll need to wait till the game starts off to see. The way I'd like to see it is probably McGregor taking on that centre-forward kind of role, just behind Dembele, and then with Rogic, Brown and then Cham behind them. But McGregor probably playing more of the up-front role that we wouldn't expect him to usually play, but I would like to see him take it on. I think Dembele benefits with having someone beside him, someone to bring him in and bring other people into the game. Dembele is very good at bringing people into the game. It's one thing he's very good at. I think he makes moves, he makes good passes, and Dembele thrives with someone beside him. He showed that with Edouard the second half of the Morton game last week, compared to his first half performance, which was more flatter and wasn't as good. So it's quite a weird formation. It's Daniel Phelps, he's reckoning it's a 3-5-1-1 with Rogic in behind Dembele instead of McGregor. It is very confusing. Hopefully Brendan Rodgers does know what he's doing. I do believe he knows what he's doing. I think this is going to work. I like the look of the team. Personally, I'm happy with the team selection. No changes I would have made there. Roberts back into the squad, which is nice. Hopefully he will get a look in off the bench today. But the only change I would have made there personally is I would have started Odsonne Edouard over Tom Rogic. That is the only change I'd make. I don't think a lot of people would agree with me in that sense, but if you watch my match preview and you watch my match predictions, I did suggest why I would play Odsonne Edouard up front with Moussa Dembele. So but the team is looking good, and hopefully we just are very positive. Rangers, I think, will want to go for it. We might need to weather a bit of a storm at the start of the game, but defensively, hopefully we are on point. Concentration is there. None of this complacency that we have been used to seeing at points this season under Celtic, and things will go. So I've given my match, my team selection review, if you like. I'm trying to fix this fucking name. I'm just at a shower. I've given my team reaction, so questions, I suppose. Let's head on to questions. Let's get your opinions involved. And let's see. So we've got 175 people watching at the minute. Jesus Christ. Thank you all for coming along. Like and subscribe, all that good shit. You can also donate as well if you want with the link below, but no need for that. As always, getting money today for my birthday, so who cares? So let's see. But let's see what I think the score will be. That's the first question. That's the obvious question. And the score that I gave, I'm sticking with in my match preview. Harry McNulty sending in that question. Kieran Tierney also sending it in. The real Kieran Tierney sitting in Ibrox just now on his phone watching a Ryan 118 live stream. Imagine that. My score prediction, I'm going to stick with a 3-1 win. I think Rangers will get a goal. More than often, we do see both clubs scoring in this match. You know, we have seen a 0-0 recently at Celtic Park in December, but it's very rare to see a 0-0. And I think they will get a goal because of how high their confidence is. They should be going out to get a goal, and they probably do have the motivation in them to get a goal. But ultimately, I think we're still going to win the game. I still think we will be the better team. So I'm going with 3-1. I'm sticking with the goal scorers of Dembele getting 2 and Forrest getting the other. Let's see how that goes down. I hope that is a sound prediction. On my communion, this is a weird story. On my communion, true Catholic boy. On my communion in 2009, Celtic played Rangers, and Rangers won. They ruined my communion day. It was a sad, sad day. They ruined it, and today I want revenge. I don't want to look back in 50 years' time going, mind on my 18th, where Rangers beat Celtic. None of that, please. We want it to go well. But there's my score prediction. Who do I think will score first? I think Celtic will get the first goal. If anything, I see us going 1, maybe 2-0 up, and then Rangers pulling a goal back at some point. And I think it'll be Moussa Dembele to grab the first. Moussa Dembele, this is the game. I want him to... You know, the last couple of games he's been good. He's been really good. He's, you know, been very creative. His movement's been great. He's been getting himself into the game a lot more than what he has in recent times. And ultimately he's bagged himself a few goals in the last 2 or 3 games. So hopefully he continues that scoring form. But hopefully this is the game where he does show his true quality. Yet again, and you know, flashbacks to September the 10th, 2016. That is what I want to see. I want to see that, and I want to see more performances like that. And hopefully today is a day we can see it. Looking for more questions. Hi Ryan, can you have Broad Black Brimmer playing in the background while doing your video? Sadly, I cannot do that, as I would get 1, demonetised, and B, maybe lose a lot of respect from other people. It's probably not the most suitable thing to do, but Denz, I don't know. Thank you for your suggestion anyway. Stephen Harley, what do you think of Musonda not starting? Do you think he's too weak? He is weak. Maybe not too weak. He can't do much about it. He's a small guy. He's, you know, not the heaviest person in the world. He does get bullied a lot, and in a game like this, where both teams are physical, is he going to benefit from starting the game when the players are at full fitness on the other side and they're going to be going for it? No, he probably benefits coming off the bench when a lot of the Rangers players are tired, they're not as strong and they're not as competitive. So bring him on later on in the game. I think it's a wise decision to start him on the bench. Obviously, I want to see him get more starts in a Celtic jersey. Ultimately, is he ready to start this game? Maybe not, but at the end of the day, Scott Bain's starting, so who has a saying who's ready and who's not? But I would deploy him later in the game where Rangers are a bit weaker. If we're needing that little bit of magic, he can definitely bring that. So, aye. Try to find questions. How many offsides for Morelos? Says, something Stirling. It's something Irish. I don't know, Rusev. I'm going to call you Rusev Stirling. How many offsides for Morelos? Over 10 at least, I'm going with. I have to skip a little bit of chat. If you desperately want me to answer that question, just keep firing it in and we'll get answering. Abui Kouassi and Comp are not in the squad. Yep, I wonder if there is any fitness issues surrounding those absences. Surprised none of them are on the bench, especially Abui Kouassi, who's started showing a little bit of quality recently. And you know what, in the Zenit game was a very big part of our success at Celtic Park. So I'm surprised Compom maybe is struggling with fitness issues. Obviously he's only played 1 game since coming to Celtic, been injured since arriving. So, yeah, fitness issues, I'm guessing, surrounding those 2 exclusions from the squad. But, aye, we'll see how it goes. If Rangers win, do I think there'll be a title race? Nope, I don't think there will be a title race. Obviously, it's closer. But ultimately, we have a game in hand. I think we'll extend our gap back to 9 points. And then I just think it's going to be a straightforward ending to the season. I don't think there will be a title race. But a title race will be spoke about, ultimately. I have no say in that, but it will happen. Happy Rusev Day, says Paul. Love you, Paul. I'll talk to you probably later on today, son, if you're on Xbox, where we can celebrate many Rusev days forever. What do I think about Scott Bain starting the game, says Danny Boy 1967. Well, I think that it is risky, but it's the only option. I mean, we're not going to start fucking Duhan, are we? So it is going to be a big risk, but let's hope, as I said, for a David De Gea-esque performance. That's a big ask, but you never know. Let's see what happens. My hair's just pissing me off. Just that shilly, you know. Who's your free cunting subs? Maybe it wasn't Wasn't need for the cunt. I'll bring on Masonda later on in the game, definitely. And apart from that, there's not really any desperately needed subs there that you see. You know, like Sinclair, maybe bring him on. Let him try and get back into his stride somehow. But, you know, we'll need to wait and see. Let's see, more questions. Happy Mother's Day to all mothers. Yes, there's a good point. Thank you, John1888, for pointing that out. It is Mother's Day, so aye. Still waiting for my mum to get back. Got her shit downstairs. Can I do a World Cup prediction? Very off topic, Mikey, but do you know what? I will be doing a World Cup prediction eventually. Don't worry, that will be up. Do I think Rangers have any chance today, says Callum Rayburn? Of course. In this fixture, both teams always have a chance. Form goes out the window. It's true. If history shows anything, form goes out the window in this game. It does not have a say sometimes. Sometimes it's on the day, who wants it more, the passion comes over anything. Rangers will always have a chance no matter what strength they go into the game with. There has only been once that I have went in counting Rangers off altogether. And it was the 5-1 game at Ibrox because the week before they showed absolutely nothing. That is the only time I've went in and said absolutely 100% Rangers have no chance of winning. The only time. I mean, I've always came on YouTube and I've said I'm pretty confident we'll win. I think the chances are slim for Rangers. But, you know, there is that chance. There's always that slim chance. But that's the only time I've ever said Rangers do not have a chance. And I was right because we won 5-1. But they always have a chance. This game, you never know the way it goes. The Sky Sports programming is actually beginning just about now. So, I mean, I've went, 16 minutes? I'll try go another 10 minutes or such. Who's the best Celtic pundit? Chris Boyd. The fuck knows. There's barely any good pundits, to be honest. BT have got the best of them. Chris Sutton, definitely, actually. There we go. There's the easy answer. Who would I rather get subbed on? There's one I forgot. Roberts. Would love to see him get subbed on if he's fit enough, if he's feeling it, if Brendan Rodgers has the faith for him to come on and actually make a difference to the game. I would love to see Patrick Roberts get onto the park because been missing him and we've not got long left of him, so let's actually see him out in style and hopefully he doesn't get another injury. That would be nice because he's been littered with them and it's annoying. Do you think Bain will be in goals? He is in goals, Cody. You're a bit behind. Yep, he is starting. Stop reminding me of last season, Ryan says Rangers forever. I'm sorry, but last season's just too good to not remind Rangers fans of. Catch you later, Kevin. Thank you for coming along. Will Bain have a performance like David Marshall in Barcelona? Let's fucking hope. But will we need to worry? Does Alfredo Morelos pose such a threat to us? I've not even seen the Rangers starting 11 actually. Hold on, I actually want to go and see this. That's one thing I've not checked. The Rangers starting 11. I'll give my reaction to that actually right now because I've not seen it. I've not seen the Rangers starting 11. There's Graham Murray. Here we go. So Rangers are starting Fotheringham in goals. Of course, pack forward of Taverner, Bates, Alves is starting. I didn't think he would start, to be honest. I mean, there's not many other options, to be honest. But is McCrory injured or something? Fuck knows. But Alves starts, which is good. I think he's absolutely shit. Let's take advantage of him. Declan John at the left back, the middle, Dockett and Goss. Candace and Windass out wide. And Murphy Morelos on the bench. Cummins, I thought he would have started after scoring a hat-trick last week. Halliday, let's hope he fucking comes on. Cardoso, Alnwick, Cummings, as I've said. Miller on the bench. And Herrera as well. So, aye. Rangers team out. I'm surprised at Bruno Alves, but obviously I think there might be fitness issues or something there. But hopefully we take it back. Yep, McCrory is injured. There we go. The messages coming through. A few of the Rangers players have no old firm experience, as Stephen Harley suggests. A very true point. Experience probably does help in these games. And that is why Scott Bain is a bit of a risk. But what can we do about it? Rangers players will be wanting to shine. You know, we've been hearing, oh, Greg Dockett is great, Sean Goss is great, Jason Cummins is great. Let's see today, shall we? I'm waiting. I just want them all to bottle it. I just want to see Scott Brown break the legs of Jason Cummins. Oh, it would be great. It would be a fantastic sight to see. Chris Marlin starting it. Who is my favourite player, says King Kong? Dembele. Dembele, McGregor, and Ayer would probably be my top three. They're probably my top three. Should Masonda be put on? Yep, I think he should be deployed later in the game when the Rangers players are tiring up a bit. If we need him, if it's a draw or we need another goal to secure anything, then he's always going to be a good suggestion to bring on the park. Brown to underperform, says Latchy McGee. No, Brown not to underperform. Brown to do as always, run the show, be the catalyst of the club. This is games that Scott Brown. These are the games that Scott Brown lives for. He does not take them easy, and I reckon today he will be absolutely rampant, as usual. Don't see any man stopping how good he can be. So looking forward to doing impressions. No impressions for now. Brown is getting old, but it doesn't affect him, Harry. He gets better with age, if anything. Better with age. Every single week. Who will be man in the match? It's a bit hard to tell. Hopefully Scott Bain. No, I'm Moussa Dembele. Let's just go for him. Thoughts on Bain getting chucked in as cauldron, fire, baptism of fire. All those words come to mind. Strong bench for later. Sinclair, Robertson, Musonda to terrorise him when tired. Steve-O 1988, exactly. Put perfectly. I think that is going to be a very big benefit for us if need so. If we're at the point where we're kind of drawing or needing that goal, we have 3 very creative players on the bench who will come on with fresh legs and terrorise the Rangers defence. You look at someone like Bruno Alves, who's an absolute fossil of a human being. How is he going to put up in the 80th minute with a fresh Charlie Musonda running at him? Apart from trying to break his legs. There's no way. And I could see him getting carded or something. It's just honest. He's a fossil. He's slow. He's poor. He's proved that since coming to Scotland. So I think, you know, we've got a lot of players who could take advantage of tired legs. So looking forward to seeing that. Any more questions? Send out Scott Brown as shit. Peter Lol. Fuck off. Bruno Alves is a lamppost. Perfectly summed up from you, Rangers Forever. I love your honesty towards him. By the way, who's loving the retro jersey, by the way? 1988 repping over here. Right back, I think he'll come more central, and I think we'll see Tierney more down that left-hand side. But probably we'll have to do a lot of covering on that right-hand side for the fact that we don't have one starting Mikael Lustig. Obviously suspended, maybe for the better. I wouldn't have liked to see Lustig start today, in all honesty. So, but it's a sin because, you know, you've got to love Lustig's passion, haven't you? And he scored at Ibrox last year. It was fantastic, and if he could have repeated that, it would have been phenomenal. Do I think Rangers will get pumped? I don't think it'll be a pumping as much as I want it to be a pumping. I think Graham Murray has got in his mind a way of playing that doesn't allow us to be as good. But hopefully this is the time we figure it out, because Graham Murray has stumped us twice now at our own stadium. So maybe it's now time for us to fucking just get by Graham Murray and give him the beating. We gave it to Warburton, we gave it to Kashinya, now let's give it to Graham Murray. Stephen Harley, I got the top from a website called like Free Retro, something like, I'll quickly Google it just to tell you. I think it's called Free Retro. They have a lot. I've got the yellow one from the exact same season as well, the 1988. And I've got the 1967 shirt. Yep, it's Free Retro, just the number 3 retro.com, and you can go on there and they have plenty of Celtic shirts, retro. This sounds like I'm fucking sponsored by them or something. They have track suits, fucking everything. Quite a good wee selection, and it's good quality as well. It's fucking good quality. I actually prefer these to the ones you get from the official Celtic store. So aye, KEDO is a specky hamburger. Love that, Jamie. Channel game is on Sky Sports. I'm happy about the 3 centre-backs. Because personally I think it's the best option for what we had. I would have loved to have seen Comper get into the team, but I think there is fitness issues surrounding him that doesn't allow him to start in a game of such magnitude. So there's not much we could do. Team Ryan, do you know yet? Yes, the team is out. I would quickly read it again, but I can't be bothered, to be honest with you. So we'll see. What keeper should Celtic buy? Very difficult, actually. You know, it's a world where Celtic can't go out, spend a lot of money. And, you know, there's not a lot of goalkeepers that I know that we can sign. At the end of the day, the goalkeeper we're going to end up signing, if we get one, is someone that none of us know about. Someone fresh. Like, you know, when we signed Virgil van Dijk, Victor Wanyama, all these players, we have no idea who they are. Who do I think will score for Rangers? I'm going to put my money on... I would have said Kenny Miller if starting, because he loves a goal in these games. But I will go with Windass. He has been on decent form this season. Thank you for subscribing, Anis Alaribe. He has been on very good form this season. And I would say, I wouldn't surprise me if he got himself a goal. He does miss a few sitters, mind you, so hopefully he does that today. But I think I'm going to go with Windass to score the Rangers a goal. And what the fuck was that? Something just flew by my window. By Mignolet. I don't think we can afford his wages. Premier League goalkeepers. Don't think we can get them wages. Lafont, never going to be able to afford them. They want millions. Can I do a Celtic Cremo tonight? Actually, I might. If I'm not out, I might go out, you know, 18th. So, you know, I might be out. Sam Johnson's a decent shout. I wouldn't mind saying that. I would actually be very happy with signing Sam Johnson. That's a good shout from Celtic lad. More questions sent in. We'll probably go for, you know, kind of 5 more minutes. Maybe even... there we go, a Rangers fan subscribing. Thank you. Well, I can only guess. It's RFC it starts with. Unless that means Ryan Football Club or Ryan Fat Cunt. Maybe, I don't know. Who's Rangers' best players? And Celtic, says Mark Vlogs 27. Rangers' best players? God knows. Because I don't really... to them, it seems like Josh Windass is the one who has been getting, you know, the most praise this season. Morelos is the top goal scorer. But Morelos is a player who, yes, he is scoring goals, but yeah, I just don't see that quality in him. He's a dodgy player. He misses some amount of sitters. He does a lot wrong, but he also does some right. I'd probably just go Windass, our best player. You know, Scott Brown is the first name it comes to head. He's the man. He's the catalyst, the captain, the one that gets things running, things going. So Scott Brown, Kieran Tierney, Moussa Dembele, they're the three that automatically come to mind. What Celtic player would you want back most? Bobo Baldi, either centre back, or Artur Boric. If Artur Boric, this is the scenes. Imagine the scenes today. Imagine the scenes. 90th minute. We're up 1-0. Penalties given. Scott Bain somehow's knocked out. Rangers have a penalty. Ross Doohan shits it, he can't come on. Somehow we're allowed to field an ineligible player out from the Ibrox tunnel. Artur Boric emerges with his Vatican flag in the air. He sits it down right beside the goals. He takes the goalkeeper gloves. Sean Goss or whoever fuck takes our penalty steps up. Saved from Boric. Final whistle goes. Towpath. God bless the Pope. Pope Francis on his shirt. Sprints right round the Ibrox. Pennies thrown at him left, right and centre. He's just giving the fingers. Gets the chalice with the wine. Brunei in front of the Rangers end. Just imagine that. Just imagine it. That would be the greatest thing that I could ever witness in my life if so happened. So today, big day. If anything like that can, I want to see it kick off. That's what I want to see. I mean, waiting every old film for fucking St. Rogers has came in. I want to see it kick off, and it's not kicking off. I just want to see punches getting thrown left, right, and centre. That just shows my fucking mentality, doesn't it? No, but I'm just looking forward to today's game. I think this is the first time, and I think it was Hugh Keevins. Might have not been Hugh Keevins, but as I said, the Super Scoreboard yesterday on the way to work, and I'm just going to go with Hugh Keevins for now. It may have been Derek Johnson, but no, it was definitely Hugh Keevins. He was saying, this is the first time since Rangers have returned to the Scottish Premiership where it's about the game. The first one was about a massive scoreline. We beat them 5-1. The second one was about Mark Warburton's position as manager. The third one, Rangers didn't have a manager. It was all about how are they going to cope. The fourth one was all about, fucking Pedro Caixinha. The fifth one was about Pedro Caixinha again. This is the first time where we're going into the game. There is a battle to be won on the park for something that actually affects both teams' seasons. And it's good. It's great. We should buy Zoet from PSV. Yes, if we can afford them. I would love to see him. He's my FM hero. Always bring him to Celtic. So aye. So am I going to the match? No, I'm not going. John kicks off in 20 minutes. So that's time near Easterhouse, right? Am I going to fly from Easterhouse to Govan? No, I'm not going to the game. I watched it down the stair in a couple of minutes. I'll be going down to catch the build-up. So I'm just going to finish. Get our last few questions in. And aye, score predictions. Let me know what you think. I'm sticking with 3-1. I'm quite happy with that. So let's. Any more questions? Are we ready to wrap it up? Rangers fans, I see your confidence coming in. Celtic fans, I'm confident. Don't know about you. I'm fucking buzzing. Come on. Rangers fans are getting a bit cocky, aren't they, Stephen? They are. So aye, let's hope for the best. Ladies and gents, I'm going to wrap it up here. We've been about half an hour. Hope you have enjoyed. Like and subscribe. Appreciate the support. See you next time. Right, awkward bit. Here we go.